Alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah. Last Jum'ah we had a very profound reminder upon the men to go and do some responsibility in their houses. Where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ordered us to go and mend our marriages, because we realize that when we go back and prepare our houses and homes and marriages, maybe we shall have some kind of strength again upon our nafs and ego, so that we can govern ourselves when we come to the public, where the fitna of women is rampant. So I hope that men that have that sound mind, that can discern the injunctions of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the guidance of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, you went back home and did some kind of responsibility to put your marriages together and your families together. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave us the assignment, وَعَاشِرُوهُنَّ بِالْمَعْرُوفِ, go and try to live in kindness with your spouse. And He gave you the nature of that wife in the house. The Prophet told you that she was created from a rib. She is crooked by nature, so don't be so harsh on her. Try to guide her with kindness, because you understand the ingredients of your wife. Understand how you need to treat her. So for you have a duty upon her, and she has also responsibility to reciprocate back to you. So this Jum'ah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is giving an assignment to the sisters. Last Jum'ah it was our assignment, and today the assignment goes to the sisters. Allah is revealing to them their reality. So the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam told them, Ya ma'ashara an-nisa'i tasaddaqna, make sure that you give charity frequently. Make sure you sisters you give so much charity. Wa akthirna al-istighfar, and make sure you make so much istighfar. Seek for forgiveness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Make sure you ask Allah to pardon you because of your mischief and misconduct in your homes. وَأَكْثِرْنَا الْإِسْتِغْفَارَ فَإِنِّي رَأَيْتُكُنَّ أَكْثَرَ أَهْلِ النَّارِ. The Prophet said, you're going to be the majority in hellfire. The inhabitants of hellfire, most of the inhabitants will be you, the women. Why? The woman interjected. Why, O Prophet of Allah? What's our condition? What's our problem? He said, Tukthirna la'ana, you always bicker, you always want to quarrel, you swear, you curse a lot. You begin these altercations at home. When the man comes back home and keeps quiet, you initiate that kind of bickering. You talk to him, in condescending way, and the vituperative remarks that you make, and the inflammatory speech that you always give in order to incite him into an argument. Tukthirna la'ana, you keep swearing and cursing, abusing and quarreling. Watakfurna al-ashir, and you do not appreciate the sacrifice of your husbands. They're trying their best. There is no money outside, but they're trying to maintain you. You keep home. The man races with money and then comes back with whatever he could produce home. And then you begin to compare him with the neighbor's, husband and all that stuff. Whatever you watch on television and what you see men come with in movies, that's what you want your man to come with. Then you know his plight. Takfurna al-ashir. You have that bad conduct. That's why Allah is going to burn you in hellfire until you, the believing ladies and women of the Muslims, you can understand the reality. You change your condition before the chastisement comes to you. So this is the condition. That's the assignment. The Prophet ﷺ has said, those are the people that can run any sane male crazy. The Prophet said, I've never seen a person with reduced reasoning and reduced religion who can run a sound-minded man crazy more than those women. Whether you are a leader, whether you are an imam, whether you're a soldier, they can run you mad and crazy with a reduced intellect. We are being governed by them. They decide in our homes, especially when you are so much of a coward. They keep deciding and giving you direction. And sometimes you knock your head. Many times we've knocked our heads because of their reasoning, and for you are subordinating to everything. You have to be man enough. Istawsu bin nisa. Sit with them, counsel them and guide them. Because you are the man in that house, you are the guardian, you are the guide in that home. You have to guide your wife. And let the lady also understand her condition. If she doesn't cleanse herself up before the chastisement, Allah is going to drop her to the pit of fire. So this is what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is advising us. If the man goes back home and do your responsibility, and the sister also goes back to do her duty, then inshallah, the family will be together. Because the man is trying and the woman is also accepting and appreciating. And then we can move on. And when there is that kind of bond and love, then the man will be strong when he meets any strange woman outside. And the woman will also be strong when she meets the strange man outside. Otherwise, today we are just quarreling in the homes. The only free time for us to laugh is when we get to the strangers. And that's why zina is everywhere, because there is not a male who comes together with any female who is not a mahram, unless the devil is there as the third party. And that's why we are going into zina, sometimes even unaware. So let's go back and mend our marriages. Sisters, listen. You don't just be angry at me by revealing the hadith from the Prophet. You know, you have to embrace the deen. This deen, we said, fil manshati wal makrahi wal yusri wal usri. This deen, we must embrace it. In times of ease and comfort, and in times of hardship and sacrifice. You are not going to have self-service in this deen. You only pick what is interesting for you, and then you pick this one and pick that one. You have to take the deen wholesale, and you try your best to find your capacity. That's it. So don't say, no, he abused us and he told us we have reduced intellect. That's what your messenger told you. Maybe you didn't just understand that, but that's what he said. I'm just reporting what he said to you. So please, let's go back, do our responsibilities, and inshallah, maybe by next Jum'ah, we shall be better people. وختاما أصلي وسلم على سيدنا محمد حسبنا الله مخبرا وآمرا إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد وارض اللهم عن أئمة الحنفاء أبي بكر وعمر وعثمان وعلي وعن بقية الصحابة رضوان الله تعالى عليهم أجمعين اللهم ربنا أرنا الحق حقا وارزقنا اتباعه وأرنا الباطل باطلا ولا تجعلنا أتباعه اللهم ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار اللهم ربنا إنا نسألك خير ما سألك منه عبدك ونبيك محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وعبادك الصالحون ونعوذ بك من كل شر استعاذك منه عبدك ونبيك محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم أنت المستعان وعليك البلاغ ولا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله الحمد لله رب العالمين. أقم الصلاة.